worship. We hold right here and right now that there's only one truth. God is life, moving and exciting. And here right now, we just know that all is in divine order. That today is a celebration, a gift, a blessing, an adventure unlike any other. And we are so open and receptive to it that we simply just say, have thine own way, Lord. We know that the songs sung and the words that come across will be an inspiration from deep within into our outer experience. So we joyfully say, yes, let this be the moment in truth. I am open, receptive. I am excited for this abundant joy called life. I know this is true. I let it be. And so it is.
Sorry, let me regroup one more time. 1, 2, 3. It's love, it's love, it's love that makes the world go round. It's love, it's love, it's love that makes the world go round. It's love, it's love, it's love that makes the world go round. It's love that makes the world. Can someone say it's you? It's you, it's you, it's you, it's you that makes the world go round. It's you, it's you, it's you, it's you that makes the world go round. It's you, it's you, it's you, it's you that makes the world go round. It's you that makes the world. It's us. It's us. It's us. It's us. It's us that makes the world go round. It's us. It's us. It's us that makes the world go round. It's us. It's us. It's us. It's us that makes the world go round. It's us that makes. One more time. It's love. It's love. It's love that makes the world go round. It's love. It's love. It's love that makes the world go round. It's love. It's love. It's love. It's love that makes the world go round. It's love that makes the world go round.
Good morning. My name is Chantel, and I welcome you to our Sunday spiritual experience. We are Verity Centre for Better Living, a New Thought teaching ministry founded by the Reverend Evan Reed. We are also a member of the Universal Foundation for Better Living. Namaskar. If you are joining us for the first time, it is my pleasure to greet you on behalf of the Board of Directors and our members. It is my hope that something said or done today will make a positive difference in your life. Please know that we accept you, respect you, and appreciate you. If you have any questions or need to find out more about the center, please visit our website at veritycenter.org or follow us on Facebook. We thank you for spending this time with us. Our vision is creating and maintaining a spiritually based community that facilitates enlightenment, enrichment, and empowerment. Our mission is offering spiritually based principles and techniques to those who are seeking to live healthier, happier, and more prosperous lives. Our motto is always verifying the truth, vivifying the spirit, vitalizing the soul. We offer a full range of sacerdotal services, classes, and spiritual coaching. There are also opportunities to be an active part of this community. Please visit our website or contact the office. Please affirm the opening statement with me. It is on your screen. I let love open my heart and inspire my life. Love is the core of my being. I see with the eyes of divine love now and always. Please turn to the page after the center page of your daily inspiration publication, and I will be reading Core Beliefs 4 to 6 inclusive. It is on your screen. We believe with Jesus that our experiences are the reflections of our beliefs, and therefore the key to happy and successful living is right thinking followed by right action. We believe with Jesus that the basis for right thinking is love of God and all that is good in ourselves and others. We believe that learning to listen to the whispering of the still small voice within us will ensure that we are guided into right action. And so it is. Today's inspirational reading is found on page 65 and will be read by Krishna of the Sunday School.
Up on the mountaintop. I woke up this morning with the song in my heart. I'm up on the mountaintop and I won't come down. What a wonderful feeling with which to start my day. What a wonderful attitude with which to embrace the challenges ahead. Being up on the mountaintop, metaphysically, refers to being in a high state of spiritual or prayer consciousness. In that state, I can move mountains. I remain undisturbed by negative forces that seek to invade my space. I am so prayed up and spirit-filled that nothing can penetrate the armor of God that protects me. I feel in control of my world and empowered to accomplish the tasks ahead. In actuality, I feel wonderful. I know it is going to be a glorious day. Before you even get out of bed, set the tone and rhythm for your day. Ascend to the mountaintop and establish communion with your God in prayer. Whenever the occasion allows, sing out loudly, I'm up on the mountaintop and I won't come down. The scriptural text is taken from Matthew chapter 14, verse 23. He went up on a mountain by himself to pray, and so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Krishna. Please listen to the announcements. The Daily Call to Love meditation continues from Monday to Friday at 7 a.m. The link is in the Verity News You Can Use email. To receive the phone-in information, please leave a message at 416-240-1956. Verity Vibe is looking for your creative ideas. What do you want to see or do? Nothing too big or small. We will take them all. Submit your ideas to verityvibe1@gmail.com so we continue to keep it fun and fresh. There are 14 copies of the Daily Inspiration for Healing booklet available in the office. The cost is $10 each. Please call or email the office to purchase a booklet. The order forms for the Christmas bake sale are available in the weekly Verity email. Please submit your orders with payment by today. If you are paying with cash or a check, please contact the office. Your orders will be ready for pickup at the center on Wednesday, December 22nd, between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. With eats, there must be drinks, and Santo Julian will be making his specialty, Punch de Crème, for the holiday season. You can purchase one large bottle or 2 small bottles for $40. Please place your orders and arrange payment through admin by Thursday, December 16th, and your orders will be ready for pickup at the center on Wednesday, December 22nd, between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Your tax receipt will not include this purchase. The Verity production team is seeking a few energetic individuals to serve our expanding Verity community. If you are interested in assisting with our Sunday experience from the comfort of your home or at the center, please email admin@veritycenter.org and Tracy Reese will reach out to you. Training will be provided. This ends the announcements. Let us prepare for a moment of conscious communion with our source and supply.
I now let go. There's nothing to fear. I now let go. There's nothing to fear. I now let go. There's nothing to fear. I now let go. I now let go. There's nothing to fear.
There is nothing to fear. So I invite you right now to just become still. If you have anything in your hands, cast it aside and just take a breath in. And as you let go, know that here, right now, there is only but one. This energetic, creative, divine source and our supply, always guiding, always providing, right now, in and through this physical form. And as I speak in the first person, I say, thank you, oh sweet spirit. Thank you for life. Thank you for the energetic that is known as my health, to know that from the top of my head to the soles of my feet, I can let go and be in my perfect divine state of health. That I am whole and complete, and it is sweet to be me, authentically and lovingly created. Thank you for providing me with such an ample circle of love to be enjoyed and to be pursued. That the more that I learn about love for myself, I'm able to share that with others. And I just continue to radiate and permeate that light, that beacon that was always here. You continue to show me exactly what that is, because everything that I do, that I partake of, the inspiration, even in nature that is all around me, I am simply grateful to be here, to know that I am one with thee, that I am always in this space of joy. Thank you. Thank you so much with this gratitude to continue to serve and be of service in so many different, unique ways. Through my gifts and talents, through my conversations, even through technology, I celebrate what life is. Because every time I think it is just this one avenue, I realize there's more to behold. So just like my arms are opened wide, I say yes to life. Yes to the abundance that I am to receive, that I give, that I release, and just acknowledge that all is here right now. Everything that I need is here right now, and I just have to look forward to claiming that and seeing it with the whole idea of love that is in me. The whole idea has been perfectly sculpted. All I have to do is tap in with my imagination and allow it to just flow. And as I do so, I give more into this world. I add the excitement, I add my feelings or that sense of love and pride and joy into it, so that when it's manifested, something that I could tangibly touch or taste or see, I could say, that is God in action. And to God be the glory for it all. I simply just say thank you for that opportunity to recognize in the single most important way that you are in the midst of it all. You are in the midst of life that is flowing through me. You are in the midst of love that carries me and lifts me up and allows me to recognize the unity of oneness with all people. That I am one in wisdom, that I can separate and have this conscious communion of prayer with thee at any moment, at any time. And you continue to move me forward with these small nudges and the whispering of the still small voice to say, keep going. And I take that into my power. Eloquently and divinely just move and become in action with that of love. And to see it in substance. The perfect form is always here. It's in me, as me showing up. So I release this now, knowing it is good. It is always complete. I let it be, and so it is.
I now let go. There's nothing to fear. I now let go. There's nothing to fear. I now let go. There's nothing to fear. I now let go. I now let go. There's nothing to fear.
The thought for the week is by Reverend Evan Reed. The practice of love, where there is no fear, competition, or intolerance, the universe works perfectly. We will now have a musical selection by Voices of Praise.
I know what I want, said I know what I need. Forget about y'all, this prayer is for me. Selfish, selfish, that's what I hear. Then I turn on the news and everything just seems so clear. Our kids are dying to senseless violence. We show a little bit of action, then a whole lot of silence. I was told that prayer changes things, so I'ma change the way I pray and go against the grain and pray for the world. Pray for the world like I pray for myself. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I pray for the world. Pray for the world. Cause the whole world needs help. Yeah, so much help. Where are the Malcolms? And where are the Martins? And where are the Marvins singing songs like what's going on? What's going on? We got natural disasters, nuclear attackers, fallen pastors. Still it's God that I'm after. Yeah, I hate traffic. All these women in traffic being sold for nothing for somebody's lustful habits. We can't be silent. Yeah, I'm not saying start a riot. We gotta let go of the wheel and let God be the pilot. Oh, pray for the world like I pray for myself. Oh yeah, I pray for the world. Pray for the world, 'cause the whole world needs help. Oh yeah, I pray for the world. Pray for the world like I pray for myself. Oh yeah, I pray for the world. pray for the world. Pray for the world. Pray for myself. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I pray for the world. Pray for the world, 'cause the whole world needs help. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I pray for the world. Pray for the world. And I pray for myself. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I pray for the world. Pray for the world, 'cause the whole world needs help. Yeah, so much help.
Thank you, Voices of Praise. Thank you, Richard. Today's lesson, Love Always Triumphs, will be given by Ian McKnight.
Thank you very much, Chantal. Thank you very much. And good morning, good morning, good morning. On this beautiful morning, my colleagues, my brothers and sisters here at Verity, I say good morning to you all. What I'm going to ask us to do, though, is to either raise our physical hands or the hands in the chat, or even type it in the chat. Have you made any kind of preparation for this Christmas season? Have you done anything at all? Yes or no? Put your hands up or type it in the chat. Have you baked a cake? Yes, I see Bianca, I see your hand going up. Have you called a friend? Have you tried to buy a gift? Have you done any kind of preparation? Barbara, I see you. Trevor, I see you. Yeah, any kind of preparation at all. Have you had a conversation with anybody? Yes, I see Chantal saying that. The tree's up, of course. Anything else? Yes, yes. Nicole, yes. Madge, all right. I see that, Madge, yeah. Most people have done something, one thing. Even one thing. Kay, you're on it too. What about Pauline? Anybody? Have you done something, Noreen? Anything at all have you done in preparation for this Christmas time together? Barbara says the house is decorated outside. Fabulous. Everybody has done something. Watching Christmas movies, Cheryl, yeah. Some people I know have started watching them from as early as June. Preparations, preparations, preparations. I traveled to Canada, said Rohan. Yes, the house is decorated. Alice Marva, of course, you've done it. Joan, how about you? And those on the phone, of course, we can hear from you. Everybody has done something. Mavis, yeah, you both have preparation, preparation, preparation. Preparing my Christmas song list. Sean says yes, absolutely so. So what we have before us, brothers and sisters, is that we have gotten ourselves into preparation mode, preparation phase, preparation high gear. And we can feel the excitement. It's rising. Excitement is building, you know. And in most cultures, for example, not only in ours, but far and wide, there is big time cooking. There's the baking, the cleaning. Some of us know when we grew up, we had to change the drapes and all the figurines in the house. We had to bring out the Christmas things, the Christmas this, the Christmas that. Preparation, preparation, preparation.
Ian, you need to unmute.
Ian needs to unmute. I wonder when that happened. Thank you. And so from that show of hands, and certainly from what we saw in the chat, we are in preparation mode. Preparation, preparation, preparation. High gear, whether it is the preparation of new curtains, the drapes, whether it is the Christmas tree, whether it is preparing to go away with family or friends. Preparation, preparation, preparation is the order of the day. For this Christmas season, some kind of preparation, one kind of preparation or the other is taking place. And if we ourselves are not involved in this preparation, we can see the preparations around us, whether it is in the decorations, the trees, the plazas, the shops, you name it, the communities. There's just a different vibe, a buzz, an excitement as we prepare. And I know that not many people are into the commercial Christmas thing. Not many people are into this hype about Christmas, but the season does tend to strike a kind of special chord for us, for most people, in one way or another. And as we say, if you're not doing the preparation is many times happening around us. Preparation, left, right, and center. Well, this is exactly the intention of the season of Advent in this church calendar. Advent, as we have been saying, is a time of preparation. We can just never get enough of it. So in the traditional churches, Advent is a time when we are to prepare for the coming of Christ. This was the mission of John the Baptist, for example, as we see in the scriptures in Matthew 3, 1 to 12. John is reported as reiterating the words of the prophet Isaiah. A voice is calling out in the wilderness, prepare ye the way for the Lord. Prepare ye the way for the Lord. And in fact, John's ministry has been summed up in saying that John's mission, John's purpose, John's ministry was to prepare. And the message of the traditional church that many of us went to is worth hearing today. It says, prepare a place in your life to receive the child Jesus. Prepare a place, make way, make room in your life. So whichever faith we subscribe to or whichever call we heed, there is a message that says, prepare. Type it in the chat. Prepare. So the 4 Sundays of Advent are designed to help each of us to prepare. And this Sunday, of course, continues that message. Prepare a place. And we'll be saying it over and over because the real purpose of Advent is to prepare. And before I go any further, we say it all the time. Advent is not just a time of the year, one time of the year, once a year. For us, we can do Advent, we can do Christmas, we can do all the special occasions every day in our lives. In fact, we should be constantly preparing. So in New Thought, our message is the same. Prepare. It is not, however, a message that says we're preparing a place for the baby Jesus to be born in the manger. We take time to remember the manger and the wise men and the stars and, all of those nice, lovely things that over the years have come together to be a part of this Christmas story. In New Thought, we go beyond that. We take the nice story, the story that brings us a lot of warmth and meaning, to another level. It's more than just remembering the birthday of this child who was born. It is more than just a nice time with decorations and beauty all around us and warm, fuzzy feelings. It is more than that. For us in New Thought, it says, prepare a place in your heart for the Christ consciousness to be born, to grow, and to take full possession of our lives. Prepare a place in your life. It's personal. It's completely personal. And in fact, as we keep saying, no one can do it for you. You, each of us, all of us have to do it individually and for ourselves. Prepare. Make way, make room for this place in our lives, for the Christ consciousness to find a welcome, warm, inviting place, to live there, to reside there. Prepare. Make way in our own individual lives for this Christ consciousness to be birthed. Wow. That is harder work than just celebrating a birthday. That's harder work. It's harder work than just remembering what Mary and Joseph went through for Jesus to be born. It's harder work than, celebrating, putting up the lights. It's harder work. Because guess what? We have to do it for ourselves. No one can do it for us. And we say, preparation is an inside job. It is an inside job, and no one can do it for us. No one can do it but you. And so when we pull away from the excitement of the different physical preparations that we're doing, the decorations, the greetings, the cooking, the baking, all of that, we have to quickly come to the position of saying, what's a spiritual preparation that we are doing? So on this Sunday of Advent, we are again given this reminder, a reminder that we can shout from the rooftops, a reminder that we're to be bold and proud of, that says, I am preparing for the coming of the Christ consciousness to be born again, anew, afresh in me. That's what born again means for us, to be born anew, afresh. I am making space. I am clearing out some of that clutter and some of the noise and some of the things that don't need to be there, and I'm making way. I am cooperating with Spirit to allow Spirit to find a place in my life, in every aspect of my life. But as we do so, there are some questions that we have to ask ourselves. Will there be room in our hearts for the Christ consciousness? Will we deliberately, intentionally make room in the inn of our lives for the Christ consciousness to be born? Is it a kind of flash in the pan thing that happens today and then tomorrow we can't be bothered? Have we made that space? Are we prepared to do this for the long haul? So beyond Christmas Day, are we prepared to constantly be preparing for this consciousness to take root in our lives? Have we consciously made room, or are we simply going to relegate it to the outside stable of our lives where the animals live? Are we treating the Christ consciousness as a kind of second-class citizen in our spiritual development? So as we reflect on those questions, as we reflect on those challenges, we make the cleansing preparations today. Today we're challenged to look at the virtue of love. So we're now looking at preparation and we're crowning it with love. How can we focus on love as a way of making our preparation easier, better, as a way of reaping more benefits? So let's bring love into the room. Love as our theme. How can we focus on love as we prepare? How can we use that, what we know about love, to activate the Christ consciousness in our lives, to maintain and to keep the Christ consciousness active and alive in our lives? So let us first of all sharpen up our definition of love. And let's sharpen it up from a new thought perspective. Remember now, there's a difference. There's a difference between the love that's, that makes our hearts go, flutter, flutter, flutter and move quickly. And, when somebody for a special person, there's that love. But because we are a spiritual community and because we are, in this spiritual class and we're improving ourselves spiritually, we'll first have to equip ourselves with a definition of love from a spiritual perspective. From a spiritual perspective. So, what is that? In New Thought, the definition that we use for love is that love, and write it down, is the idea in divine mind of universal oneness. Please type it in the chat for me, somebody. Love is the idea in divine mind of universal oneness. Love is the idea in divine mind of universal oneness. What does that really and truly mean? What does it mean? Well, let's pick it apart. Remember, first of all, that we believe that how God works is that God works through ideas. God plants ideas in humankind. God ideates. God doesn't get up and come and build a house and a car, for example, or God doesn't get up and do those things. God operates in the realm of ideas. So God is constantly planting an idea, divine mind, God planting ideas. So love is the idea in God's mind of universal oneness. And universal oneness, of course, means exactly what we mean. It's very clear. Universal means all people, not just one, not just some, all. No matter where you are, no matter where you're located, no matter what shape, size, doesn't matter the variations or the differences. All. We keep saying that. It's a part of our core beliefs. And then the word oneness is clear. It's undivided. It's togetherness. It's no separation, no distinction, no treating of one better than the other. There's no such thing. So love for God in God's mind is that idea of universal togetherness of all, regardless of. And then we see where love takes on the creating, the doing mode. Love is a verb. It's a doing word. So it says that love has the power to bind, to pull together. Love has the power to attract, almost like a magnet. It has the power to cement, to solidify, to unify. Love has the power to equalize, to harmonize. These are verbs. These are doing. It's love. In other words, love is not just a static thing in the sky. It has action. It must do. It has work to do. And I just ask us to know the power which love has as it takes life, as God plants the ideas in us and it takes life. It binds, it attracts, it cements, it unifies, it equalizes, it harmonizes, all positive. All positive. So if there's ever a negative that is associated with love, something is wrong. Something is wrong. And so we teach that love functions in humankind as devoted service, as unselfishness, tender compassion, cooperation, and goodwill. That's how it shows up, or some of the ways in which it shows up. And then it functions in the universe as attraction, as magnetism, as harmony. So what are we saying? Love is an idea in God's mind waiting on you to make it come alive. Love is an idea in God's mind waiting on each one of us to make it manifest in the world. It's waiting on us, every single person. It's in and through us that love is going to come alive, that the doing verb part of love is going to materialize through us, each of us. So if we're looking over our shoulders and wondering, what's this love thing waiting on? Look first in the mirror. Look first in the mirror. And as you confront the mirror, it says, love is waiting on me to come alive, to take root, to manifest. As humankind, we are made to receive the downloaded idea of love. I love this idea of downloading. It's one of these words we use regularly now in the cyber age. Download a file, download a movie. We have to download it and we have to save it. So we download it from some external source and we save it. We make it become ours. And in similar language, love is this idea, this God idea waiting on you, waiting on me, waiting on us to download it, to personalize it, to make it become ours. And as we say, it's this idea that we have to take and run with it. Run where? And do what, you might ask? We are called to make love come alive. We are called to make love take life in this world. We are called to make it take flesh and dwell among us. So for that purpose, let us borrow from the scriptures. Let us borrow from John 1:14 that says, the word became flesh. The word became flesh. And I love the translation that says, and took up residence among us. The word became flesh and took up residence among us. Love became flesh. Love became flesh and took up residence as us. Love became flesh and took up residence as up. Therefore, if we're not seeing love in our life, in our world and our affairs, then we have to look within and ask ourselves, how am I allowing love to come forth? Am I really calling it forth? Am I summoning love and saying, come forth, love? Remember that we have the naming and calling power. Jesus gave us a fine example of that, of the use of that power in the scriptures when he summoned Lazarus from the dead. He said, Lazarus, come forth. Lazarus, come forth. Name, directive, come forth. Let us use the same summoning power and say, love, come forth. Think of the different situations in our lives. Love, come forth. If there's a situation that does not reflect love at this time, say to it, love, come forth. Summon love to come forth in our hearts for persons and circumstances that sometimes rub us the wrong way. Summon love to come forth for places and situations that do not immediately reflect love. Name it love. Label it love. Appeal to its nature and call love forth in every situation. Call forth love. Love, come forth. And so as we flash across the radar of our minds and our lives, whether it's our individual lives or our communal lives or what's happening in the world, let us just send forth that calling forth power. Love, come forth in this situation. Love, manifest in this situation. Love, come forth. Last week in her sermon, Renee reminded us to show up and show out. Show up and show out. And so when we apply that statement to what we're talking about today, it simply means that we must allow love to show up and show out. We must allow love to show up as us and show out of us. Allow love to show up, or we should simply shut up. Because all of this kind of yapping, when we clear all of that noise and clutter, what we're really saying is love must come forth. Love must come forth. That idea of love downloaded in us through the Spirit must now be given legs to move, to take on a life of its own, to manifest in everyday life. If love is not manifesting in everyday life, in our world, in our affairs and in our life, then something is not right. I'll say it again. If love is not showing up as the individuals, all of us on this call, those who will go back to YouTube and look at it and listen to it, and then something is not right. We are the agents. We are whom will make love come alive. Guess what? For love to show up in the world, you hear these words over and over in New Thought. We say it constantly. Sometimes we get bored with it. We have to be open and receptive. We have to be open and receptive. God is always knocking at our door. Always knocking at our door. Sometimes we block. We chat too much and we're not hearing. Sometimes we don't want to hear. We can't deal with it. But Advent gives us a time to pause. It gives us a time to plan, to prepare. Love must come forth. Love must show up. Love must be manifest in everything around us. Can we get a commitment today, this Sunday of Advent, and going forward, that we will cooperate, we will allow ourselves to be open and receptive to allowing love to come in and through us? We have a lovely example of how this can work in the Bible. In fact, we have several lovely examples in the Bible. And then we have several other examples that we encounter on a day-to-day basis. And if I'm sure if we open the microphone, many people here could testify to the ways in which love simply shows up and shows out in them and through them. Because we use our Bible, the Bible as our primary text, we turn to the well-known story of Mary. You heard it read earlier. And Maureen did a fantastic meditation on those words. I'm not going to go through repeating the story, but here we have this young girl who is in love, and the love that she has and sees is for this man she's planning to marry. And I'm sure we can embellish the story by saying that, she must have felt excited about settling down, having love, having a life, all of these things that we know go into a relationship, looking forward to happiness and love. But the love which she had in mind and was experiencing was only a fraction of the love that she was called to express in the world by God. She simply could not think or wrap her head around the magnitude of the love that God had as an idea for her, bigger than her expectations, went farther, wider than her expectations. And as the scripture tells us, Mary is appeared to by an angel who plants in her mind, who downloads in her this idea from God. This idea from God, a sacred idea. As we say, God is into the ideas business. God ideates. God is the idea person, if you can call God a person. We're not going to go over the story, but I think it is fair to say that when this idea was downloaded in Mary's superconsciousness, her next thing would have been to start to process it, to start to kind of think, hold on a second. What is really happening here? God, what are you talking about? Who, me? No, you're mad. You must have made a mistake. I'm sure that there are other more capable persons, blah, 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 blah. And then, these things that when we start to think about, this is how we do the ideas that come to us, and we start to process them. So we start to say, I wonder what the neighbors are going to say. What are people going to think about me? Am I going to be ostracized? Are they going to see me? This is how we evaluate the ideas. And here we warn, you've heard it warned already from this pulpit more than one time. Then we pick up the phone and we call and we say, Janet, what do you think about this idea? God has given us this idea, and who we're turning to for clarification? Janet, not God. And then we're wondering if, it's going to make the news and people are going to hear about us and we're going to become blah, 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 blah. All of this talk, all of this processing. Meanwhile, God is saying, guess what? My darling, I have a great idea to download in you. I'm expecting love to just take root and blossom in you. Your greatness is here to be unfolded. I'm sure these are some of the things that Mary went through as she processed this divine idea. But as the story unfolds, guess what? We see a transformation. When Mary says yes to God, things take a different turn. Life really and truly begins when she says yes. And that is when we hear her say the words Maureen asked us to keep in our hearts this week. My soul glorifies the Lord, and my spirit rejoices in God, my Savior. Does it mean everything is okay? No. Does it mean that all the problems have been solved? Maybe not. But guess what? With God, all is well. And if you read the rest of that beautiful, what's called the Magnificat, Mary's outpouring, she says, well, guess what? No matter how big or mighty these things are, I'm saying yes to God, and God is going to take care of it. This is God's idea, it's not my idea. So God, you had better take care of it. Earlier in the same chapter, Mary had said, when the idea came, Mary said, yes, God, I'm your servant. And guess what? May it be done according to how you, God, want it to be done. Not according to how me, Mary, or any of us want. May it be done according to how you want it to be done. What does that mean? Mean that according to how the divine idea, according to how God has this idea, may it be done that way. Because many times we get the idea and we run off and do the things that we feel should be done. We call it helping God out, because sometimes we feel God really is not getting this thing together. And after all of these years, God, no, we have to help out, do our own thing. May it be done according to how you want it to be done. And so we see everything else taking second place. All the fears and doubts take a backseat. All the concerns about who's going to pick up the phone and call who to say, did you hear? Or who's going to send a WhatsApp or a text message to tell the other, blah, 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 blah. All of that simply disappears into the nothingness from which it came, because Mary says yes to God. Mary says yes to this super idea that God is downloading. Yes to cooperating with God makes everything possible. It makes the impossible possible. It makes the frightening manageable, and it makes darkness come to light. That yes with the love, that yes to love paves the road for the greatest act to take place, to take shape and manifest in our lives. Saying yes to the ideas which God downloads in us has to become a way of life, my brothers and sisters. Saying yes to spirit must become a part of our instinctive response. Saying yes to God, or clarify for me, God must be what we do rather than trying to validate God's idea with and through somebody else. Saying yes to spirit must become part of our everyday commitment to preparing a place for the spirit to dwell and to take up residence in and as us. This divine idea of love that God is wanting to download in us, to take root and become manifest in us. What is going to be our response to it? The chorus says, I say yes, Lord, yes. To your will and to your way, I say yes, yes, Lord, yes. And I'm saying yes, even though sometimes I'm not even sure how it's going to manifest, but I'm saying yes just the same, because when you give the idea, all things will work together for good. All things will work together in a seamless way as we prepare a smooth path for God to manifest. Yes, Lord, yes. Yes, Lord, yes. I'm saying yes to this divine idea of love that you are downloading in me. And say yes. 1 Corinthians 13, verse 13 says, and now abide faith, hope, and love. These three. But the greatest of these, let the church say it, is love. And so it is. Amen.
I can hear the people say, one love, what about one heart? Oh, now let's get together and feel alright. Let me hear the people say, one love, what alright. It was in the beginning, so it shall be in the end. Now give thanks
Thanks and praise to the Lord, and everything alright. Let's get together. Thank you very much, Voices of Praise. One love, one love, one love, one love. Let's get together, feel, and know all right. We have a bit of homework to do, and the homework is simple. Isolate in your mind's eye one situation. Find it, whatever it is. Call forth love over it. Call forth love over it today, tomorrow, straight through the season. Keep calling forth love over that situation, that person, until guess what? It's completely saturated with the love idea. Thank you all very much and have a fantastic time.
Oh, thank you, Ian. Wow, that was a great message. Really, really appreciate that. That was beautiful. Well, right now we have a special announcement from Allison Griffith in our board of directors. And so, Allison, take it away.
Good morning, Verity. If you attended service last week, you know that some of us were physically inside the church. We were testing the audio and visual equipment, the computers, and our microphones. We know that there were a few technical issues, and we thank you for your patience while we continue to correct them. We're doing this for you, the members and friends of Verity. We want to ensure that no matter how you choose to worship, in person or online, you have an excellent viewing experience. We're happy to announce that next Sunday, December the 19th, again, next Sunday, December the 19th, we are reopening the doors for in-person service at Verity. It will be our Christmas service and everyone is welcome to attend. If you choose to worship in person, you must wear a mask, regardless of your vaccination status. Hand sanitizing, social distancing, and contact tracing measures will all be in place so that we keep each other healthy and safe. You will still be able to view the service online. Thank you, and see you next week.
Thank you, Allison. Great news, everybody. We get to be back in the building and celebrating together and doing our very best to keep our hands off each other. So that's always a challenge at Verity. We like to hug, 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 hug. Well, good news. So it is that time in our service when we give back of our good. We're going to pass that virtual basket. So please join with me in reading the offering blessing, which is now on your screen. Together, please. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. All is well, and so it is. Now, there are a few ways that you can donate to Verity Centre for Better Living, and they include e-transfer, which you can do by sending your tithes to admin@veritycentre.org. Or you can go to Canada Helps online and go to Verity Centre for Better Living, Inc. and make a donation with your credit card. Now you can also mail in your tithes and offerings or drop them off at the church. But if you're going to drop them off, call first to make sure the office is open. Our address is 447 Vaughan Road in Toronto, M6C 2P as in Paul 4. And if you're new to the center, our church address is 449 Vaughan Road, and you're welcome to attend in person on December the 19th. Oh, what a blessing. Let us pray together as we bless this offering and also pray over the prayer requests that have come in through the week. Please join with me in consciousness. I quiet my mind and I open my heart and I recognize, remember, realize, and allow love to be the guiding light and force in my life, in my journey, in all that I think, say, and do. I know in this moment that Verity Centre for Better Living is abundantly prospered in all good ways, with volunteers, with cash flow, with attendance, that there is just an enlivening that occurs that expands everything we think, say, and do, and provides a community of remarkable support and love, compassion, and kindness. This is the place to be. I know that the money that is gifted to Verity is used wisely and beautifully and shared richly, and that as money flows through our hands and out into the world, the love that it was given with goes with it. That love touches hearts and minds, reaches deep within each individual, and creates a consciousness of respect and kindness, beauty and grace as it flows outward. I know too, for the prayer requests that have come in this week, that there is love being realized moment by moment in every facet of being. In our minds, in our hearts, in our bodies, in our relationships, in our work lives, in our world at large, that something beautiful is occurring. And I know that health is a natural state of being fully realized by the divine presence and power of God. And so I know that that health is right here, right now. I accept health as a natural part of our beingness. I know that what's in the highest and best good for every individual is fully realized in this now moment. So I'm truly grateful. Grateful for this day and this moment. Grateful for love, beauty, grace, and goodness. Grateful for the abundance that is forever revealing itself. I say thank you, thank you, thank you, God. I know all is well, and I let that be my truth. And so it is. Well, let us say together our closing affirmation, which is the prayer of protection, and it is now on your screen. Together, please. The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me wherever I am. God is. And so it is. And now our closing song, which I have, Love is a Flag by Shamroy Parkinson and Genevieve Trudel.
Love is a flag flown high from the castle of my heart, from the castle of my heart, from the castle of my heart. Love is a flag flown high from the castle of my heart, and the Lord is a resident here. So fly it high in the sky, let the whole world know, let the whole world know, let the whole world. So fly it high in the sky, let the whole world know that the Lord is a resident here. This is a flag flown high from the castle of my heart, from the castle of my heart, from the castle of my heart. This is a flag flown high from the castle of my heart, and the Lord is the resident here. So fly it high in the sky, let the whole world know, let the whole world know, let the whole world. So fly it high in the sky, let the whole world know that the Lord is a resident here.
Thank you, Shamroy and Genevieve and Richard Whiteman.